Are you kidding me? This is the final chapter. I'm left on a cliffhanger like this. Wow. I really don't know how to react. Really, I don't. This is the final chapter, and I'm left with, there are 6 offers to the prince's hiring bodyguards. And there's no announcement for Hunter x Hunter to come back for months. It's already been like 5 months since it went back on hiatus. Oh my god, oh my god, that makes me sick. I would understand if this ended at like the preparations for the new Dark Continent right before we got to it, but this is not even at the Dark Continent yet. We're like in the middle of this pre-Dark Continent arc. And we're on hiatus. Togashi, please come back, man. Please come back. I beg of you. Oh my god. I really need to know what is going on right now. I do. Just leaving me on this type of cliffhanger really makes me upset. I got those Hunter x Hunter feels again. I got those Hunter x Hunter feels I had from my final episode review of the anime. Knowing now that this is the definite end for a long fucking time. I can't just read chapters weekly when I want. I'm at the end. The reason why I'm doing this one so early is because I was interested to see what the chapter is, and it's a good chapter, a very good chapter. Just disappointed this is like a cliffhanger I'm left with. This is one of the worst cliffhangers you could leave me on because the Dark Continent's buildup is ridiculous. The buildup is ridiculous. I've talked about it and talked about it. At the Dark Continent is fucking scary. Bryon, Hellbell, the gas life form, stuff like that. The zombie disease, Pridiston and Jin, all this buildup for this, and it's just fucking, I'm left with this. It's like in the middle of the fucking pre-arc. Oh my god, this is terrible. Oh my god. Okay, so let's just get into the review. You're probably wondering, I want to clarify this real quick. I'm doing this review because I'm lazy. I don't feel like setting up my equipment to where I normally review. And so I'm just, reviewing it like this because Hunter x Hunter, it takes a lot to review. I have to really analyze Hunter x Hunter. And so to make it easier on myself, instead of writing down so much fucking notes all the time when I come to, doing Hunter x Hunter, I decided to make it easier on myself. I'm just going to, from now on, when Hunter x Hunter does come back, I will probably be doing my reviews in my chair because it's so dialogue heavy that I need to actually have the pictures of the manga panels to actually cover what they're talking about and quote them, because there is so much I need to cover in each individual chapter of Hunter x Hunter that for now on, this is probably going to be my new setup for Hunter x Hunter reviews. When it does finally come back, I will be reviewing like this because it's just that intense with how much I have to review. It gets ridiculous with how much I have to write on my notes. So I'd rather just have the pages. I can cover it, read them, and talk with you about them as I go through the pages. So yeah, so let's begin this review. Okay. Right off the bat, I want to start off talking about the princes. The princes, we find out that the king of Kaiken has 8 wives. He definitely gets around. 8 fucking wives. What the fuck? 8 wives this king has. And he has 14 legitimate sons. Or technically princes. Even if they're daughters, they're technically considered princesses. That's exactly what they're considered. They're considered princes. Even if they are women. And so, seeing this, we get the introduction and the laydown on all the names of the princes, all 14 children, and getting to see their role, what their character aspects are. I mean, we don't get to find out about their character aspects, like their personality, but judging by how Togashi did, like, different environments around them, we're able to judge exactly some form of personality from each individual, prince. And what really shocked me when I was looking through these princes, these 14 different princes, all the faces get revealed. We get to see all the princes. And what shocked me was the 14th prince. I'm actually incredibly shocked. I'm looking at the page right now. This 14th prince is a baby. I don't know if it's a boy or girl or not. The prince is called Wobble. Fucking Wobble. W-O-B-L-E. Wobble. What the fuck? It's a weird name, but Oh yeah, to actually clarify, I'm reading my Hunter x Hunter, this chapter real quick, on Viz. I have a Viz translation. So that's the translation I'm actually currently reading. I'm not reading Manga Stream or Manga Pen. I'm actually reading Viz Media. So just clarifying that right now. This is from Viz Media, the official translation from the official translator. So, yeah. So yeah, Wobble. And this kid Prince is in the war, pretty much. This little dispute between the family of the brothers, or sisters technically, over who is going to be the next king of Kaiken. And this baby is going to the Dark Continent? The fuck? Togashi, man. I talked about you in, I think, chapter 346. You were killing off fucking millions when they were going to go to the Dark Continent, this new continent. You're just going to kill off thousands and millions of people, probably. But you're going to tell me you're going to have this child participate against his, like, the fourth fucking prince. The fourth prince is a sick bastard. I'm telling you right now, you're putting this little baby, this little freaking baby, the 14th prince that is, like, probably not even a couple months old, or, yeah, probably 6 months old, against this sick fuck, the fourth prince. What the fuck? Like, okay, looking at this page, I'm looking at this page right now, this prince is nasty. Like, he is just nasty. His personality, like, I mean, his personality, I've talked about it. But I'm looking at the page right now, Four Prince, he's just sitting in this fucking chair like this, like my chair right now, and he has actual skeleton bones. Looking at it, he has skeleton bones as his chair. Like, he has a rib cage right here, he has two fucking human skulls right here, human skulls on the armrest. He is just a fucking creep. And if you look in the background, Togashi made sure he went in depth with this dude's background. He made a full freaking panel page for this dude. You see, like, brains in a jar. You see, like, a head, like a disformed head sideways. You see torsos with, like, no lower half, no arms, just her head. And it looks like they've been filleted down the half, like, right here. And then you have someone that looks like they've been opened up in the fucking chest area, and their arms and torsos have just been cut up. And then if you look in the background, very closely on the top of the panel, you will see the Kurta clan eyes. The Scarlet Eyes. Wow. That is... wow. I'm just gonna say right now. I see a head. I see a head in between those jars. Now, why is there a head in between the jars of the Kurta clan Scarlet Eyes? I want to tell you something real quick. I noticed Togashi made sure to put a lot of emphasis on that, because that head is above the fourth Kaiken prince's head. And it clearly is his most prized possession, because usually your most prized possession will be in the center of the room. Let's be real here. And to put a head right there amongst the Kurta clan Scarlet Eyes, it makes me believe that that might be related to Kurapika's friend. I remember reading the special chapters, which I never reviewed, but I did read them. There was a best friend of Kurapika. And why do I have a sickening feeling that that head right there I'm looking at is Kurapika's friend's head. Best friend's head. If that really is who I think it is, if that really is Kurapika's best friend's head in a fucking jar, and Kurapika sees that, which he will see that when he finally goes there to get the eyes back, he is going to snap. He will fucking snap. You remember that fight with the Phantom Troop? It's going to be 10 times fucking worse than that. When he sees that head of his people in a fucking jar, that is even worse than seeing his clan members' eyes in a jar. Like, if that is the best friend, he is going to rip this dude's guts out. He is going to rip the fourth prince's guts out and strangle him with his own fucking intestines. I want to say that right now. That's exactly what Kurapika's going to do to this dude if that is. It doesn't even fucking matter. It doesn't matter even if it's not his best friend. Let's just say it's a fucking Kurta clan with scarlet eyes. It doesn't matter who it is. That's still one of his clan members in a freaking jar with its head. I'm willing to bet it. I am almost 100% certain that is his clan member's head. And if that is, it doesn't matter who it is of the Kurta clan. He's going to rip your fucking organs out. He's going to strangle you with your intestines. I mean, he's going to dangle you up by a freaking tree and strangle you. That's exactly what he's going to do to this dude. I'm just going to say it right now. Because we know he gets a little bit violent. Kurapika gets violent. And we know he has that restriction with the Phantom Trope, with his Nin ability. I'm willing to bet he might break it. He might break his restriction. and might kill herself in the process to kill this fucking dude. Because this dude is nasty and despicable. I just, like, the way I see hit the background, the way Togashi put emphasis on this picture, it is despicable and nasty. Fucking nasty. Like, ew. And it's not just that. Going on to the other princes. Let's go for the other princes. Like, you have, the first prince, Benjamin. That's the dude I saw last chapter that was strangling a lion to death. Like, damn. Damn. And then you have the second prince, looks like a female. I can't really see what this person's really about, just has a lot of hair. And then you got the third prince that looks like a monk. He has the little dots like Krillin, so he looks like a monk. And underneath that, if you go to the next prince, the fifth prince looks like some form of chemist, using like chemicals and stuff in a science lab. So clearly that person's gonna have a lot of experiments. So there you go right there. The sixth prince is a female. It looks like she's surrounded by a bunch of makeup like I'm fabulous. That person's called Tyson. If I remember correct from the last chapter review, which was like less than an hour ago, since technically from me, Tyson is the person that was like, my dear darlings, you know, with the bodyguard. So, I'm guessing Tyson is a girl, but that's a guy's name. I don't know. Togashi loves playing with these traps. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, Pito. So, Tyson could be a girl or a boy. I have no idea, but clearly from what I'm seeing, it's a person that really loves fashion. It's very jealous, as we knew from the last chapter. So, yeah. The seventh prince looks like a dude that's just smoking. He's like, yeah, dude, it's good, man, it's good. That's how the seventh prince is right there. He has a big fucking afro, and he's just smoking it up. The eighth prince, he's surrounded by a harem, so he's definitely a playboy guy. Most likely, if I had to place my money on it, he will die first. I'm going to say right now, the eighth prince will definitely fucking die first. It's a given. The ninth prince looks like a dude that's very intelligent, looks like some form of lawyer. If I'm willing to bet, the ninth prince is a lawyer or a doctor like Leorio. I am willing to place money on that because he's reading a big book. You see books behind him. Togashi put emphasis on that. He's wearing a very snazzy top suit. So clearly this dude is like a politician, or he might be a doctor, a lawyer, something like that. The 11th. Well, and this is when we start going into young ages with the princes, and it's really creepy how you get to see this. The 11th prince, which is actually a female from what I could tell, really loves flowers and nature. You see how this, prince, this girl, just messing with flowers. The 10th prince is, I went out of order, I said 11th before 10th. The 10th prince is someone that loves jewelry. As you can see, she has like a ring on her finger and all that. You see jewelry behind her, so clearly this one's like a very ritzy type, prince. You have the 12th one that looks like that looks like a carpet or a rug or something. She might be into sewing. It looks like she's sewing or something. I can't really tell, but the 12th prince looks like she's sewing. And then the 13th prince is a very young, like, it looks like this person is like 7 or 6 or even 10 at the maximum, and he's messing with a hamster. It looks like he has a hamster on, like, a hamster wheel and stuff, and he's just watching them. And then we get into the scary shit. The 14th prince is a little baby that's probably like only 6 months to a year old. So, yeah, that's the princes. And to see this aspect of how they got younger and younger as they went on, it's very scary. It's not just that either. Like, the only person that can become the king, like one of these princes that can only become king is if you're the sole survivor. You have to be the sole survivor in these 14 different princes to become the king of Kaiken. And the thing is that would mean that this baby, this 14th prince, would have to die. So, is Togashi really going to go down that path to go so fucking dark to kill this baby off? I want to play some bets. I'm willing to play some bets. I'm willing to bet this baby has an amazing power. Because we do find out in this chapter that each individual prince is going to be getting a spirit beast. And I'm willing to bet that this baby is going to get an amazing spirit beast. An amazing spirit beast, because we find out the spirit beasts actually do not have to listen to the host. But they take on characteristics of their host, though. They take on characteristics, and maybe this baby is very strong, has a lot of potential for Nin, and has a good heart, technically would have a good heart. Maybe this baby will defend, or maybe the spirit beast will defend this baby. It's a possibility. I'm willing to bet that this baby is going to be surprising. It might be an overpowered type baby. It might rape everybody. It might even destroy the 4th prince. The only way I see it going is that, here's the clear indications of why I see going with these princes, okay? There might be a prince that's going to be very good, like a very kind-hearted prince. I highly doubt Togashi's going to make every individual prince evil. We might find some that are very nice. But personally, I believe that the big fights that we could see between the princes is definitely going to be the first prince, the Lion Strangler, and then you have the fourth prince that's very sick and twisted. I see those two having a fight. Since we got introduced to them last chapter, the way they talked, those two will definitely have a very good fight, and we'll probably get to see their strength demonstrated. The 14th, the baby, like I said, I'm willing to bet that this baby is going to be absolutely amazing, completely strong, and it's just going to destroy. I'm willing to bet it. I highly doubt that baby will go down like it's nothing. So, yeah, moving on. We find out about this jar at the beginning of this chapter. Supposedly this jar, or this urn, will give you a power. Like here, let me get the actual description of the power. Let's see. You must insert your hand in the center of this jar, and it like draws your blood, as it says. And when it bites you, like it gives you this egg. Like I see this little fairy come out of this jar and put like this egg inside of the fourth prince. And the thing is like, from the looks of the jar, the way I see it, like the way Togashi made sure we draw in on it, put emphasis on it, it looks like the prince does not see this fairy or this elf thing coming out of the jar, this urn, to give him this spirit beast egg. And so, what exactly is this creature? And the thing is, the overall design of the urn is very intriguing in of itself. We find out that this thing was very ancient. Like, it's a very, very ancient type urn that's been passed down since the first king. And since it's ancient and the overall aspect of how we're getting into the Dark Continent, I'm willing to bet that urn will have some connection with the Dark Continent. I want to say it right now. I'm willing to bet and place money that that urn has connection to Dark Continent. That overall elf, or the little freaking fairy thing coming out of the urn, nobody can see it. I'm willing to bet that thing might be something related to the Dark Continent. And Spirit Beast 2, the introduction of the Spirit Beast. Yeah, the actual translation is Spirit Beast. I saw what you did, Togashi. You fucking Hakusho reference. Spirit Beast? But yeah, Spirit Beast, though, that's the actual official name. And this is the first introduction of these type of creatures. It's not... These creatures eat nin, from what we found out. They actually eat nin. They eat the nin of their host. And it's a new concept, or a new power introduced into the series. And I wonder exactly how this ability works. Like, I wonder if there's different, like, characteristics of these type of creatures in the Dark Continent. What if, like, if there is, maybe, like, different hunters could actually get these abilities. Like, what if Jin or Gom could get this ability, like a Spirit Beast? Or what if, you know, the original Dawn Freaks has a Spirit Beast? It's possible. So, it's very possible that maybe there could be multiple people in the Dark Continent that actually have a Spirit Beast and takes on the characteristics of this. I highly doubt Togashi would introduce this ability just to use it on these Princes of Kaiken. I'm willing to bet they will be introduced for other characters way down the road. So, yeah, that's something I wanted to cover right there. Let's talk about the father of these 14 princes. This father's fucked up. Like, supposedly from what we find out, the Spirit Beast takes on the characteristics of the person, like its host. And the picture I see in this chapter is disturbing on so many levels. Like, to describe this being, I just gotta say that this thing is like, what the fuck am I looking at? I'm looking at it right now, and I dare not show it on the screen. I dare not even use it as a thumbnail, because this thing is just littered with fucking sexual organs. I am not joking. This is a deformed-looking creature with nothing but women titties all over it. Deformed titties with looks like a vagina-type mouth with teeth. I'm not joking. I wish I was joking. I wish I was joking when I just said that. I'm not. This thing has like 10 arms, hairy, apish-looking spider arms, titties all around its body, just like, ew. And then it has like this mouth as a vagina thing. I'm like, what the fuck? It just... It's very weird. Very, 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 very weird. And supposedly these creatures, these spirit beasts, take after the characteristics of the host. So this dude is very perverted. I guess you'd have to be perverted if you have 8 damn wives and 14 fucking children. So yeah, it kind of makes sense why you would have a beast that looks like that. We also find out that the beast will not listen to the host's will. It has its own will of its own. So that possibly can lead into where maybe the spirit beast could kill its host. Maybe it can devour all the host is in and kill him. It's a possibility, I would say, I would put on the table. And the other things, too, in the aspects I could talk about, they talk about in this, the Viz translation, I don't really understand it, but I will quote it. Supposedly, let me go up top to actually make sure I do it. Let's see. I want to actually quote what the king is saying, the actual father of the princes are saying. I'm quoting him. According to the ancient manuscripts, the first king conjured this urn inspired by worm toxin. This secession contest may be the historical correct use of the urn. And then going down on the bottom of the page, you'll see usually how they have the descriptions to certain terms of, like, certain words or something. Viz Media, I didn't see it on the Manga Stream translation or the Manga Panda translation. This was only on the Viz Media translation. The worm toxin, this is the description that Viz Media gives. Worm toxin, a type of curse created by sealing many creatures in a pot and making a serum from the soul survivor. So, pretty much this urn shoves in multiple creatures inside of it and forces these creatures to fight, and the last soul survivor will be the serum. From what I can understand from this dialogue. So, wow. Kind of reminds me of Inuyasha a little bit when it comes to that aspect, because remember the Sacred Jewel? Yeah, spoilers, I don't want to go too far into it, but it kind of reminds me a little bit of that. So, yeah, that's pretty much that right there. And then we get into the entire ordeal with the plans of Mizai and Kurapika, what they plan on doing on the voyage. For instance, they plan on getting Sayu. They plan on capturing him before they get to the new continent. Not the Dark Continent, but the new little islands before they get into the area of the Dark Continent. They plan on capturing Sayu in the middle of the voyage. If they capture him too early, it could possibly force Beyond and his men and everybody else of Priston's men to actually progress the plan faster to break out Beyond, which would be very bad. So, to stop this from happening, they're having to actually capture Sayu before they get to the new continent, but they gotta do it at a certain right time before anyone notices. So that's really interesting getting to find out about that, the overall context. That's pretty much the second half of the chapter. It's very basic and simple, really, to follow. We also get a rundown of the abilities of Sayu. Sayu's abilities, this is exactly what it says in the Viz Media translation. I use 3 nin monkeys. See no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. So he uses 3 different, like, nin monkeys that can supposedly take away someone's senses. Their hearing, sight, and speak. So, yeah, it's really interesting getting to find out about that. So, moving on to the next point of topic I want to talk about, you have the entire ordeal with the ramifications of what would possibly happen once the Zodiacs find out what Mizai is doing. Mizai, as we know, he's going around and trying to capture the traitor. But there is people in the Zodiacs that will be very upset when they find out the true intentions of what Mizai did. For instance, Mizai was revealing his powers and telling everybody to reveal their powers to find the traitor. And when the Zodiacs find out that he kind of trampled upon their trust of sharing each other's abilities just to find a traitor, they'll be very upset and they will not agree with his methods. And some people don't really care about the conclusion of how they found the traitor. They care about the means of how you managed to do it. And so this can be very bad for Mizai in the future. You can have a lot of trust lost in him in the future. So I kind of feel very bad for him. I want to be honest. So that's pretty much the chapter of Hunter x Hunter. Chapter, very good. Very, very good chapter. I love it straight out. It's a fucking amazing chapter. Cannot wait for Togashi to come back. I really, really want Hunter x Hunter to come back. It's been a very, very fun read. It has. To see how I'm done after weeks of reviewing this. I've been reviewing this for 10 weeks. Can you fucking believe that? Like 10 weeks, or 9 or 10 weeks. Damn. Hard to believe I've been reviewing it that long. Like, you know, the manga. It's gonna be sad. It's very sad. It's like I'm saying goodbye to Hunter x Hunter again. Oh, it's very depressing. Very, 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 very fucking depressing. So, final thoughts, I guess. My final thoughts. Wonderful chapter. It's a very, very good chapter. I would give it a 10 out of 10. I want to be honest. The chapter's 10 out of 10. I just hope Togashi doesn't take a fucking 2 years to come back. I really, really hope he doesn't, because I would love to read the conclusion of this. And to give my final thoughts on this, my reviews in the future, when they ever do, you know, Hunter x Hunter does come back, my reviews in the future will be in this chair, because it's way too hard to write down so many notes. I mean, I write down way too many notes on Hunter x Hunter, so it's easier on me just to do it in the chair. Now, I want to be honest here. I don't know if I will do the reviews the day they come out. For instance, let's say it came out on a Wednesday, Hunter x Hunter. I don't know if I will review it the day it comes out, because Hunter x Hunter takes a lot of brain power. It does. It really takes a lot of brain power, and it takes a lot of analyzing of the chapters, and I highly doubt I could possibly get the review out the day it comes out. It'll probably be the day after, 2 days after. I would have to wait for the manga stream. I will not review Manga fucking Panda for Hunter x Hunter. I refuse to review Manga Panda, like, translations of Hunter x Hunter, because they're shit. So, yeah. So, tell me your thoughts. How did you feel about me reviewing Hunter x Hunter, the manga? Are you upset that we have to wait for Togashi to come back? Let me know in the comments below. I love y'all so much. It's been fun. Please be safe, Chibits. Chibi out.